Let's see. Okay,
Yes,
we're
we
live.
are.
We're live.
Yes, we are.
Welcome. Yeah, welcome to the Three Marketeers and Friends. You see, it's really started as a thought, and we only had about less than a week to actually prepare the whole thing. But I mean, more than a week, slightly more than a week, right? Andrew had this idea, and we kind of like, okay, why
About a
not?
week.
Let's do that, right?
Yeah,
About a week, right?
Sunday, about a week plus or
Yeah,
minus.
so that's the thing. So basically, a brief introduction in case this is the first time you see us over here. My name is Jason. I've been helping brands big and small navigating success on Facebook advertising and digital marketing since 2010. So I'm the host, and of course we go one round first. Then we have Manfred in the yellow, who is our another guy. Manfred, a brief intro about yourself.
Hi, Manfred here. Glad to be in this show. So, been doing this with them for almost 40 episodes. Ours is Wednesday 10 p.m. Just a reminder, that's our main show. But today we
Yeah,
are
that's
doing
our
a
main
special. Today we are doing a special one. We invited 10 guests to give experts. I'm spending a lot of time on digital marketing. Took Jason's lessons on Facebook also. Dabble with other stuff also, SEM, SEO, and previous life was a programmer. That was a joke last time. Okay, Andrew?
Thanks, Manfred. Manfred is from Singapore, by the way. So yeah, if any one of you guys are from Singapore, you guys can actually talk to him. And Andrew, yeah.
Hey, hi. Good afternoon. I think we've got close to 200 guests in the group. I don't know how many of them are live, but thank you so much. Most of you may not know us. My name is Andrew. I'm an email conversion strategist. I help businesses convert contacts into customers through email. Okay, and bear with us. We were still a couple of minutes, a seconds going up. We're still making some changes and getting the tech up. So just a quick one. The way we are doing this is each of the speaker sessions have a unique link. All right. And which means when you're watching this, because of their time, we want to make sure that we start on time for every session. So the moment, let's say for example, now 1:30, the 1:30 slots is up. Let's say if Manfred is doing it, or I think Balkis is going on, we would then start immediately the next session. And you have a choice to either jump to the next session. I don't think you need to do anything much, right, from them for Facebook group.
You don't need. Okay. Let me brief. Help you a bit on this logistic part. Let me go into the Facebook groups. So just in case, all right. So let me stop this. I think it's good that we discuss about this thing. All right. Let me bring you back into this group. So I'm assuming that you're accessing this group in the web version. So basically, that's in the web version. So all you need to do here is very simple, right? If you scroll further down over here. Now, this is already going live, which is happening right now. But if you scroll further down, then I actually scheduled all the live sessions yesterday. So like, for example, this is 6 p.m., right? This is Carol Fong on basically, there is this 5:30 by Chun Yan and all that. Every single one of the topics already have their individual link. All you need to do here is you just need to click on the get reminder, and then you'll be reminded when it goes live. And then basically, there will be some overlapping over here just to make sure that you guys are aware of this thing. Let's say, for example, now we are going on at 1 p.m., right? At 1:30 p.m. sharp, the next session will start, regardless this one will end or not. So you can choose to jump into individual one of them. And if you're watching the replay, right, okay, that will be even better because you can choose either one to watch. All right, so we understand that you may not be interested in all the topics, but if you want to join all of them, then I'll be definitely very happy to see that. But at the end of the day, the reason why we put this together is, put it this way, this is also a social experiment. I don't even know whether if everything is going to go smooth, but if there is something go haywire and go funny, right, you guys will
bear with us. Bear with us.
Okay, the idea here is, we wanted to do this and we didn't know how, we just do it anyway. So I think that's pretty much the idea. All right, so that's about that. And quickly, I want to, bring it up to the, just to say hi to a few of us over here. Let me stop sharing the screen. Okay, and Chiwa is already here. Welcome in. And we have Mary from Manila. What's up, Mary? And we have Wing here. Wing is one of our speakers. Wing is taking
Wing
spot already, yeah. And now we have Intan. Hi, Intan is a good friend. And this is Noor Arisha. Now, by the way, if you want to be featured, if you want your face to be able to be seen, like over here in Tan, right? Okay, you just have to go to an individual live link. There is a link that, just quickly want to bring this up.
www.streamyard.com/Facebook. Click on that link.
It's just quickly bring it up to share. Okay, so that's about the thing over here. So every single one of them, you have this link. You just need to click streamyard.com/Facebook and go through the verification and all that. And basically, you'll be able to post your comment as yourself. Okay, so so that's the Three Marketeers and Friends. The idea of this show is very simple. We want to make sure that everybody gets the good exposure, of course, because these are all good friends that we have came across. Basically, all these are good friends, and some of them are my students. And the idea here is they are coming from different respective industries, and they have excelled in what they are doing, in their respective field. So the idea here is we want to bring them in for half an hour sharing. Hopefully, we are able to benefit all of you, because they are very interesting topics. The next one coming up by Balkis will be talking about IG. If you are using IG as one of what do we call the main channel that you want to drive your traffic and all that, right? So that's something that you want to look into. And if you are planning, then IG. And of course, we have somebody else, Erica, talking about let's do a quick run through
of all 10 experts.
About the 10 experts over here.
And the timing also.
You got the timing. You got the. Okay. So 1:30 we will start with Balkis. She's going to talk about IG. Basically, what makes your IG content so damn good. That's the title. But not only IG. The concepts that she's going to teach is suitable for even Facebook, LinkedIn, most of the social media's content. All right. Then 2:00 we're going to get Xander online. Xander is our design specialist, especially in Canva, and he's going to talk about the 5 must-have or for your marketing graphics. So there are 5 criteria, self-assessment he calls it, that you need to go through for every marketing graphics that you create, so that it's consistent and delivers the impact that you needed. For example, he helped me with this, all the so-called the promotional material, the posters I call it. And initially it was pretty crappy, but when he went through that process, we then got one that is really, really good and really, really pleasant. All right. 2:30, we're going to start with Erica Rodica. She is the CEO of Ika Swimwear, based in Philippines, and she's going to talk about social media planning. And at 3, we're going to have Wing, and he's basically a former fitness coach. But then the good thing about him is he actually pivoted into the online world, and he started, I think, with YouTube. And I think in less than 3-4 months, he actually grew his subscribers to about 100K, and we featured him in one of our, I think last year, our Three Marketers show. So Wing is going to talk about from making you fit to making you money, right? So that's a cool one. And I think 3:30 we will be starting with Jera. Jera is basically an expert in personal branding, and she's going to share what are the things generally you need in order to elevate yourself in terms of personal brand, differentiate yourself in terms of personal brand. So I think the first half, let's stick with this first. You want to go through the rest?
Yeah, of course. I mean, we would go through one round first. I think to everyone have.
All right. So we have 15 minutes for Manfred. So I'm going to go quickly. At 4:00.
No need to rush when you rush.
At 4:00, we're going to have Jin. Jin is basically, he runs an agency, and he will be focusing on lead generation with paid ads, right? I mean,
did you miss out 3:30?
3:30, I spoke about Gerald already.
Gerald, you mentioned already.
Now it's 4:00.
Yeah.
So we all know leads are important, and you can either do organic, which is going to take forever, or you can jumpstart by doing ads. But doing ads also has its own so-called pitfalls. So Jane is going to take you through the process, give you an idea, and basically you can use this with your running ads to look at whether you're doing it consistently correctly. At 4:30, we're going to have Caroline Asuncion, Philippines, and she's going to bring an interesting topic. If you, I think I did a post, the Philippine online market, e-com market was valued at about $3.9 billion in 2019. So the market is huge. And so Carol is going to share with you some insights if you want to grow into the Philippine markets. What are the things, or what are the characteristics, and what are the behavior of the market that you need to understand in order to communicate? I mean, expansion online on paper is easy, but end of the day, you're still dealing with human beings. So human beings, every country has its own characteristics, its own preferences. So it is important if you want to go to the Philippine markets, then listening to Carol. She's coming on at 4:30 sharp. At 5, we have Carl. Carl is going to focus on a segment which is I totally don't know about, which is the frozen food e-com business. So if you think the normal running e-com like Shopee, Lazada is already tough, I can tell you running frozen food e-com, the logistic is crazy, right? But the way Carl put it is quite simple. So that's why we wanted him to be on board to also cover that segment, because if you haven't F&B, for example, you want to do an F&B e-com, then Carl is the person that you want to listen to. And at 5:30, we have Chun Yang, a partner of us, a partner of Jason. He is basically a fitness coach, but he focuses on a very unique niche, which is only serving plus-size women with regards to helping them, giving them the confidence, getting them fit, and getting them basically, giving them a new lease of life in terms of mobility, right? So he is uber niche with regards to that. And he's going to talk about basically the right business. He's not going to take us through a fitness class, but he's going to talk about his angle, how.
You're coming to show master.
I know, man. I'll feel tired. I'll take a nap after that. So he's going to talk about how, by niching down and the right kind of mindset in terms of business, which I think is important. And I'm part of his coaching, basically coaching program as well. So Chun Yan is on at 5:30. And finally, if you've read my post, we've got our Tai Kaje, which is Carol Fong. She is a senior executive, one of the prime movers for e-com, I think 2-3 years back, on behalf of the Malaysian government. She is part of an agency called Malaysian Digital Economy Corporation, MDEC, right? And if anybody you ask in Malaysia who does e-com, whether you heard Carol, probably 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10, you have heard her, because she has impacted a lot of people in this area of business, right? And one thing is that her energy is infectious. You know, I used to joke with her, you are an Energizer bunny. You get her on stage, you know, she's going to be free flow, so the topic may change, and that's the beauty of Carol. And you know, but everything that she was going to share makes sense. I've learned a lot from her. I've benefited from her initiative that she's done. I think Jason also has gone into some of the classes. Basically, Jason was also speaker of some of the events that she organized. A really, really good heart person. So with that, we should end by 6:30.
Hopefully. I'm just saying, if we drag a little bit, right, but it's gonna be fun. Now, for those who just joined, right, I just want to quickly give a quick shout out to everyone, because I'm reading this over here. First, we have Jera has just joined us just now, and Eden, Aaron, Patricia, and Carol. Carol, one of our speakers, is here, and Chiwai, Power Pack Marathon today, right? Adam, Louis is here. Louis, you know, we just missed her. I wanted to bring Louis in to talk about one of a very interesting topic as well, but it's okay. We're doing this for the first time, doesn't mean that this is the last time. Definitely, we're going to do it again. You're going to get a hang of it, and then you plan for something more interesting. But for those who are new to us, I just want to quickly give a quick introduction again. So the Three Marketeers show is actually a show that we started, Andrew, Manfred, and I, we started in, 38 weeks ago. Can you imagine? We are now at 38 episodes. That means like, I don't know how many years and months.
September 2020.
Yeah, we started that, and basically it actually started as a very free flow kind of like, three guys coming together.
We have too much to say, just might as well broadcast.
No, right, I was thinking, so the idea here is that we have three of us who loves to talk about digital marketing, and in fact more towards Facebook advertising as a start, but of course it's part of a universe over here, right? So we started, and we talk about Facebook a little bit, and eventually we start to meet people, interesting people, and we realize that, hey, there are more needs, right? That's why we started to expand a little bit by inviting guests coming in. So we actually have gone through a lot of interesting topics. So if you want to watch back, right, you should go to my YouTube channel and look for the Three Marketeers show. There's a whole long playlist. But of course, after doing this for a while, after making all these good friends all together, right? The idea of doing this, the Three Marketeers and Friends, is to bring together the brightest in respective industry to come over to share with you important insights and knowledge that will help you jumpstart. Because we all know that this is unprecedented time. In a lot of countries, we are actually going into further deeper lockdown, especially in Malaysia. But we need to still find ways to run our business as usual. And digital has become one of the most important area that we must focus on. However, we all know that it's not as easy as just come, let's start bloody online. And it's just, I mean, come on, man. You know, and just now, I mean, yesterday when we were having our coaching call, because we have another coaching business, when we realized that sometimes starting digitally doesn't mean that you need to have all these crazy logistic and all that. I think it's more important to have the right mindset and the right way. I think we talk about this with one of our guests over here, but today you'll be meeting all these crazy, awesome digital marketing and business people. And this is where we will learn. So another quick tip, you know, if you're watching this, remember, right, let's say when it comes to 1:30, which is bulky slot, you need to refresh the group. Before you're able to watch the latest live, because you need to refresh the group. I mean, just when you're on the browser, just refresh the page, or if you're on mobile phone, just bloody refresh the page. I mean, refresh the Facebook app, and you'll be able to see the latest one. So that's how we want to just make sure that everybody is on the same page, all right? And guys, if you see any comment that is shouting for help, please help point them to the right, because every live broadcast, when it goes live, it will have an individual link. You just need to help paste this link to the comment and help our friends to come in, because, you know, 100 over people, to be frank, it's just 3 of us, which is going to be busy hosting over here. We may not be able to just take care of everyone. Please help us. All right. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, before we roll to the next session, as we started with Facebook advertising, anyone runs ads on Facebook over here? Can I see a show of hands? Type 1 if you run ads on Facebook. Type 1 if you run ads on Facebook. And we would like to hear from you, what was the biggest challenge that you faced when it comes to Facebook advertising? Because 3 of us are Facebook advertisers, and I specialize in Facebook advertising. That's what I teach. And basically what we do here is, we wanted to, quickly touch on the specific topic. Like we have a few people like Chiwai, Xander, Powai, Aaron, and all these are good friends. What's up? Paolo and Ronaldo. Yeah, everybody run ads on Facebook, right? So the first topic we have Manfred. Yeah, we have Manfred talking about, interest targeting. So he has prepared something which is quite interesting. So we've actually let Manfred take over.
That's a bonus session for you.
There's a bonus session. And Manfred, you're up. Let me bring you to the center. You can talk about this. Yeah, I bring you to the center. We'll be just at the side. Yeah, let you talk about this.
They've been doing all the talking. Very paiseh. I never say anything. So must touch on something. So when just now when
now's your chance to talk. 15 minutes. Yeah. Talk.
I'm being the representative for the 3 of us to talk some topic. Okay. Like many things in life, I think Facebook advertising is similar to many other things, especially in investing. After all, Facebook advertising is still a very big option. So sometimes there are some things I wish I knew when I was a young advertiser or when I started. The best opportunity actually lies in information asymmetry. You either have access to information that others don't, which people don't know, or you put in effort to learn where others won't. Okay? So sometimes best investment comes from big bets. And big bets normally happen when you are right and majority is wrong. This is especially comes with big cap. Okay? It sounds very easy, but how are you going to do this thing? So first thing, of course, every time people do make mistakes, I always learn from my mistakes. And my biggest mistake is I view things in stylo. Okay, like many people ask questions in forums. They say FB interest targeting. Which is best to target? Say example, if I want to attack car owners in Singapore, what kind of interest should I type? So sometimes this is not really the right question to ask. Because I learned that best result actually come from many moving parts, like targeting, messaging, creative, price point, offer. So if you look at interest targeting on its own in isolation, you're not going to get the answer. Okay? And you have to understand what kind of situation are you facing, who is your target audience, what is their pain point, what are their likes and dislikes, and And the second thing, of course, once you establish something, it's honestly at the beginning it's still rocky. So you have to argue yourself. And I'm always the first person to criticize myself. When I debunk my criticism, sometimes I'm able to cut through all the noise for people who haven't even gone through the whole process. And once you have built that conviction, you double down, even triple down once the whole thing is working. So the topic here I'm trying to cover is interest targeting. Okay, this is by whole. But before talking interest targeting, there are other ways of doing audience targeting. Also, like once you form an audience, you can do lookalike. That's a higher level, in my opinion, on top of interest targeting. Then you can do custom audience also, where you can say, example, people 7-day add to cart or 7-day purchase, so and so forth. But just sidetrack a bit, John Loomer himself, one of the influencers that I follow, doesn't really like interest targeting or lookalike audience. Am I losing any of the audience? Anybody? Okay?
You're all good.
All good,
You're all good.
So one of the things that I always like to say about the interest targeting is car owners. Because car owners, nobody declare car owners in Facebook. So you have to think a bit creative. This is actually come from one of the forum questions. So I assume, you make assumption, I assume in Singapore, people who play golf will be car owners. So I will put golf as one of the interests for interest targeting. Okay, so you can also target cars like BMW, Audi, or Mercedes. But the problem is, you must realize that interest targeting is the most elementary, basic one. When I target car owners via BMW or Audi or Mercedes itself, other people will, maybe another guy, maybe Jason is representing Rolex. He want to find people who want to buy Rolex. So he believes that BMW interest is relevant to Rolex. So he is also competing. Say example, Andrew is doing for property. He also believes that BMW. So you see, based on one interest, a lot of different. This is very different from Google. You see, from Google, if I am doing car sales for BMW, I bid for BMW keywords. So you only have car competitors inside Google AdWords. But in Facebook, your competitors is not only the direct competitors, it can be other industries also. So this makes the price a little bit more steep, and it's quite challenging. Your CPM can go up. Your auction, you may not win. Your lowest cost may not be that low also. Okay, that's one thing I want to touch on. So when we talk about the golf part, golf is my assumption. So golf is one interest. Then sometimes you go down, say golf might as well include, you might think of website, influencers, maybe even other stuff. So you might think of Tiger Woods. You want to take Tiger Woods, but hold on a minute. If you think of Tiger Woods, that might not be that correct, you see, because Tiger Woods is quite a celebrity. He's a spokesman for Nike. And I think anyone knows Tiger Woods. So the association might be there. So because our assumption is here, you come back to your assumption. I believe in Singapore, people who play golf will necessarily drive a car. Okay, I don't think people who play golf take a bus or take a taxi. Even if there is, the percentage should be very small. So maybe you attack in another angle. Maybe you do a bit of research and you realize Phil Nicholson. Phil Nicholson is actually a golfer that maybe casual golfer and hardcore golfer will know. That may be a better choice compared to Tiger Woods. Okay, so sometimes I also ask myself the audience size, how big.
So, sorry to cut you, Manfred. Okay, I will let you go on with this one. In fact, if you have more to share, go on. If you want to discuss, chat with the audience, you go on. I need to excuse myself. I'm going into another room already. We were starting soon. So guys, if you want to join Balkis, refresh the group at 1:30. Okay, but if you guys love to stick with Manfred over here, go ahead. He's sharing some awesome tips over here.
You will be able to catch a replay anyway. So we're going to
you're gonna have to replay anyway. So yeah, I'll see you in the other live. What the hell am I talking over? So you guys go ahead.
Yeah, the crazy starts.
Okay, so no need to worry. I will end soon because I only prepared a few things only. So in terms of audience size, audience size itself, some people might say 1 million, some people might say 500. But in Singapore case, I think actual Facebook audience size is not above more than 5 million. So 1 million can be a bit challenging because sometimes you need to scale the audience. So I was mentioning somehow how to generate a list of interests. So maybe you want to broadly generate the interest on the website. competitors, influencers, tools, and so on. And the way to find all these relevant topics itself, you can use similar.com to find the competitors and similar sites, or Amazon, okay, Wikipedia. Wikipedia, actually, there's a lot of stuff inside there. You can see from there. Then what else did I miss out? When you create ads itself, there's a suggestion also. When you see so much car ads itself, you remember to go to the three dots on the top right and see, why am I seeing this on the sponsor ad? That's also give you some idea what your competitors are doing. And even better still, say example, Andrew is my customer. I go and stalk his Facebook page and see what he likes. The more you do your research, Andrew, Jason, and somebody are all my customers, I see there might be a common thread also. That will give you some hint. Okay, of course, you can search via Google also. So there's a few ways that you can do that. Then I think that's about it. I want to share on the Facebook interest. It's meant to be a very short topic to warm up our audience to understand what they're in for. Andrew, for information on my end, I can't really see the new comments. I can't click. So whatever questions, Andrew, I can't hear you. Andrew, you mute yourself. Andrew,
yes, because that one is going to be controlled on Jason's side. So
okay,
you may have to look at the Facebook, have your phone or something, look at the Facebook and see from there.
Yeah, okay. So I am done with my part. Let me try to see whether I can.
You got 3 more minutes. Any questions? Yeah. Okay, let's see what sort of questions we have.
Hello? Yeah.
Yeah. Wait.
So we can't really.
Okay. Let's see. Let me refresh this and see.
Yeah. No, the Facebook part we have to see via our second device, because most of us are broadcasting via the laptop. Yeah. So I am actually done on my end. And
okay, maybe I'll read out some questions. Some questions. Okay, Kapagam, when you reach 1:30, just refresh your Facebook group, the page that you are in, the group you're in, and you'll see a link. Scroll down, you will see another link to join for Balki's session. Okay, what we do is we're going to break up each session into individual links, so that we can start on time at the same, and also to make sure that when we send up the replay, imagine it's going to be a 5.5 hours event. And if you want to watch Balkis, you're going to scroll through the whole 5 hours. Event doesn't make sense. So we decided to break each session into an individual link, but you still see it as far as the Facebook group is concerned. Then later, you can just select, you watch or play anyone that fancies your interest, and you can watch it from there. All right. Okay. Let me address Jason. One thing I learned from you best is to exclude those who have already seen our ads, so that people will not be annoyed by continue to see our ad even after 6 months, as what happened to me. I was thinking of telling them to learn from you. Okay, this is basically a Jason's speech. So move on. Jason is not around. We can do whatever we want. Wait, let me see.
We have Adam here. He said, I'm a newcomer to this group. Do I access your weekly Wednesday live through this group as well? No need. Actually, you just follow. You can come to my page, my YouTube page, or Jason's YouTube page, or Jason's Facebook page under Three Marketeer. Okay, easier to find Jason one. You just type Jason Three Marketeer. You can find it on the Facebook. Just join his Facebook group, or follow his YouTube. Yeah. Andrew, you also have right, the same thing?
Yes. But just go through Jason one, because he broadcasts live. I'll just share his live from there anyways.
Okay.
So let me see. Can you see the rest of the comments?
Yeah, I can see
32 comments. Through. Okay.
Yeah. Right. Adams. So we answer. Did we miss out anyone? Okay. I think
keep your comments there. We will in between breaks. We will try to address this. I think 1:30 is up. We should. Okay, guys, refresh your Facebook group page. Balkis and Jason is up next at 1:30. They should be live now. Then look up for that stream, and we'll see you in a moment. Okay.
Yeah,
cheers. Bye. Thanks, Manfred.
Right.